what is your experience with customers opening up their network to get the data to Memfault? I would say this has generally not been too difficult. I would say, like, getting the data to Memfault is a one-way connection. Devices pushing data is generally not a huge network concern. It is when services go down into the devices kind of as the first step. That is where firewalls will block sort of every device connection. But these devices generally push data to Memfault. There is no, it's only one directional in that way. The other thing that we do for Memfault is package up the data in either what we call chunks or we call MAR files, basically Memfault archives. With chunks and Memfault archives, the data is just kind of opaque packets. As long as those packets or pieces of data make it back to Memfault in whatever order you want to send it, basically, we will be able to reconstruct the data. And so we have a lot of customers, including Latch, that kind of passes this data through AWS, and then either in a Lambda function or some other sort of software that they've written, they will forward those over to Memfault, and it will stay inside of their cloud. It'll stay on their like internally encrypted and secure connection. And then once it's in the cloud, they will pass it off to Memfault. And I was going to have you just elaborate on that sort of, Dave. Like, you had that set up in AWS where like it's a Lambda function.
Yeah, for our internet connected devices, that's exactly how it works. And so we haven't really had any issues with customers opening up their network. And I think often a connected device, right? Your device is already relying on some sort of internet connectivity and that pathway to the cloud anyway. So for example, on our devices, right, we are already using AWS as a communication channel for our own purposes, right? So adding Memfault to that pathway to get up to the Lambda function and then to Memfault didn't require anything additional to be opened up by our customers. So there's no real, we haven't experienced any issues there. And then obviously in the BLE case, right, it's completely outside of the customer's network and connectivity. So yeah, we haven't experienced any issues on that.